Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bhushan. In the previous video series, we have created a REST API and a web application using Spring Boot and Hibernate. Yes, we have used a plain old Hibernate, which means only the Hibernate API we have created a employee REST API and the employee web application. So in this video series, we're going to take one step ahead and we will create the same REST API and the web application, but this time we will make use of Spring Boot with JPA. Yes, we are going to use the JPA specific methods, and by the end of this video series you will understand how easy it is to create a REST APIs or the web applications using Spring Boot and JPA. So let's get started. So I'll fire up my Eclipse IDE. The JPA stands for Java Persistence API. So it's just a specification and someone has to implement this JPA, which means someone has to provide an implementation for this JPA, and there are so many implementations available out there, and Hibernate is just one of them, and it is the popular one as well. It is like a list in Java, and someone has to implement the list. We need a implementation classes. That is why we have an array list and linked list. Like that, the JPA is just like a list and Hibernate is just like an array list. Okay, I hope you got the idea. I don't go in detail about the JPA and everything. So let's get started. So to demonstrate about the JPA, I'm going to open the previous project which we have created. I'll go to the DAO implementation. So here in the DAO implementation, you can see that we have written a code for getting the list of records and getting a single record and saving or updating a record and deleting a record. Okay, let's assume that if I want to add one more module to this project, for example the student module, what I have to do is I want to create one more class, student DAO implementation, and we have to use the same methods, right? The get result list and the save method and the get method, or the save or update method and the delete method. The only part will change is instead of employee we will pass the student class. Here instead of employee class we will pass the student class, and here we will pass the primary key. Okay, so later if I want to add one more module like the customer module, again I'm going to write the same methods and I'm going to pass, instead of employee, instead of student, we will pass the student. Okay, so this is like a repeating code, right? We are doing the same thing again and again. Okay, what if someone like, okay man, give you something like you have to tell me which is your model class name and which is the primary key type. I will take care of everything. Like I will provide the implementation for your methods. Like for your CRUD operations, I will provide an implementation, so you don't have to worry about it. Being a developer, you just have to call the methods, you just have to call the ready-made methods which I will provide. Okay, rest of the things I will take care of it. So that's what the JPA will do. The JPA will provide us the predefined methods and the implementation will take care of JPA. Okay, so you will understand in a bit how easy it is to create a CRUD operations. So let's go ahead and create a new project and see how we can use JPA in the DAO layer. I'm going to close this. So what I'll do is I'm going to copy the same project and I'll paste it one more time, and I'm going to change the project name to Spring Boot JPA CRUD API. This will take for a while to create the project. Let me wait some time so that it can build the workspace. So I'm going to close the previous project. I'll open the project which we have created just now, and I'll go to the DAO layer, and what I'll do is I'm going to delete this employee DAO implementation, and I'm going to delete the service layer as well. Okay, now I'll go to the employee DAO. So I'm going to remove all these methods, and I'm going to extend this interface with another interface extends and JPA repository. So this is a special interface. So to this we will tell which is our model class and which is the type of the primary key. Okay, so here employee is our model class, and the primary key, if you go to the employee class, the primary key is id and the type of this primary key is integer, and we will specify the integer here, and I'm going to annotate this with add repository. Let's save this, and now I'll go to the controller. So here what I'll do is I'm going to remove this first of all, and I'm going to comment all these methods. I'm not going to comment the get mapping to get the list of records. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this. So now I'm going to define a employee DAO, and I'm going to call this employee DAO, and I'm going to annotate this with @autowired, and I'm going to import this employee DAO, Ctrl+Shift+O. Okay, now I'm going to make use of this employee DAO. Okay, so you can see this in the DAO implement in the DAO class, in the DAO interface we have not defined any methods, and even we do not have any implementation class for this. We just have extended this interface with a JPA repository, and when I put a period here, you can see that we will get a predefined methods, and we are interested in this find all method. This will give us the list of employees. Okay, you can see this find all will return a list of employees. This is a predefined method, and the implementation will provided by JPA. We don't have to worry about the implementation. Okay, so let's call this method, and I'm going to return this. Okay, let's save this, and I'll go to the main class and right click, run as Java application. So let's see what we will get when we hit the URL. You can see that the Tomcat has been started with the port 8080. Alright, I'll go to the REST client, Postman, and I'll hit the URL localhost 8080/API/employee, which is right here. You can see that /API/employee, and which is a get mapping. Okay, so when I click the send button, you can expect the list of records in a JSON format. Okay, right now we have two records like John and Kathy. So let's verify in a database. Okay, yeah, we have two records, John and Kathy. So this is the beauty of the JPA. What we are doing, if you are observe carefully, in the DAO implementation, actually we have removed the DAO implementation class itself. We have just created an interface, and we are extending that interface with a JPA repository, and we are telling JPA repository that, hey man, I'm about to perform a CRUD operations on this employee class, and the primary key type of this employee class is integer, and the JPA repository the JPA will provide all the implementations for all our CRUD operations. In the next upcoming videos, you will see how it will provide the methods for how we'll provide the implementations for save, update, delete, and other things. So that's all about this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're looking a source code for this video, you can go to my GitHub repository, github.com/scbhushan05. You can find the code base here, and still, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and get the updates regularly. And you can also find an article on my blog bhushansergur.in, and all the links will be given in the description section. Go ahead and check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.